Hello everyone. So my name is Øystein Isaksen and I'm the CEO of Billionworlds, which is a gaming company from Norway, Oslo, and we are currently making our first game, which is called Billionworlds Kingdoms. It's a strategy game, turn-based one, and I'm going to show you a little bit more from that game. So it's available, as you can see, on Steam on the beta version, but it's also available on mobile phones, iPhone and Android in a beta version, where you can try it out at billionworlds.com. Today I'm going to focus on the PC version, which is the kind of the main version, but it still works just as well on the other platforms. So here it is. Looks pretty nice, huh? I'll open it and yeah, we're just gonna basically start the game. It's important to kind of understand a little bit about the game itself, I think, and the inspiration for it, and the reason we have made it. I think the inspiration, or the main inspiration, has been the classic Civilization game, which is a turn-based, almost a genre in itself. And it's a fantastic game. I played it too much, but I have gotten some kids and family and job and everything. I don't really have that much time, so I don't really play it anymore, which I think is a pity, because to recreate at least some of that feeling that you get when you play it is something I think should be possible to do without using 10-15 hours every time I play it. So that's what we're basically trying to achieve. We're trying to keep a lot of the cool mechanics of Civilization, but condense it down to a much shorter game, which not only makes it possible to play it faster in single player, but also makes it possible to have multiplayer games turn-based asynchronously without using years to finish it. Rather used hours or days, which is, I think, a big thing with the game itself, and a thing that's important that we're trying to do. I'll come back to that, but first, just to show you guys, the basics of the game. I'm gonna play a single player game first, and this single player mode is mostly based on the fact that people get points, and you compete to become part of the top score list, the top 10 or whatever, and this list is based on the last 30 days of playing. So we see a lot of different players playing it all the time already as beta players, which is very nice for us, of course, to get some feedback and to keep improving the game all the time. So when you start out, you have a knowledge about how long the game is going to be, and also how big the map is and what kind of map it is. So this is a inland map, and it's not that much sea on it, and whoever gets the most points wins the game. Right, so this is the start of the game. You don't see that much yet. You only see whatever you have explored, and this is the start of the game. Everything around it is in clouds, except the objectives, and these objectives is pretty important. You capture those and you get quite a lot of points each round, and because points is an important factor to win, that's also important to have those objectives. Basically, you start with 2 units, your king and a settler, and the settler is made to create cities, and you can move around before you create your first city, trying to find a good site or a good spot. Not necessarily trusting these suggestions. Today I'm actually gonna think for myself, and I'm gonna use this spot to build my first city. And that's simple as that. And then you can start moving your king around. Ooh, this king is pretty good, so he can explore stuff, and you see there's some ruins there that might give me some money, and that's of course an important part of the game is exploration, obviously. But another important thing of the game is the science, that you can discover different technologies, hunting, which in this case gives me a way to actually exploit the resources on the map, which is important for me to build my city. So now it has increased a little bit in size. It's now also has some resources that I can use to build different buildings. And some of the buildings is then already available. Just as an example, and a pretty good one, is to build a tavern, which gives me extra income each turn, and building early on is of course a good thing for getting more income. So yeah, this is how it goes on. Then you maybe also buy units so you can move around next turn, and then you press end turn, and that's the first round of the game. You keep doing this, you keep exploring, you keep adding cities, you keep looking at your score, compare those to the other AI players in this case, and in the end you will try to beat everyone else that is doing the same on the top score list. So that's kind of the single player one. We are working on a campaign mode there as well, which we're really excited about. But now I'm going to talk a bit more about the multiplayer, which I think is even more important for at least our game, and some of the reason why we have made the game so short and so compact, only 18 turns. I'm going to show you from one actual game that I'm playing right now. So I hope my enemies doesn't look at this video. So this is a game we're playing 2 versus 2. So there's 2 teams. I'm the Don, and I'm playing together with my friend Mace. So we are team 1, and the team 2 is another guy that I know call himself Shashams, and Sir Edmund, which is my brother and also the co-developer of the game. He's the artist and Unity expert. Right, so you have some bonuses and stuff like that. I don't think we should go into the details there, but this is actually a map that has been played for 9 turns, not only the first turn, so it's a lot more explored, as you can see. And I share borders there with my friend, which is the orange guy, which is Mace, which you saw in the beginning. But here we also have explored a city of the enemy and another city of the enemy. So those guys we try to attack together, and you can move your units around and explore more land, like in this case. Oh, there's another city actually, and there's also some money to be had. Okay, I have to plan for that. And you can of course attack, and you can build new units, and you can keep exploring things and keep building your economy. And right now actually I'm in the lead, pretty happy with that. Then whoever has the player with the most points will win the game in the end. And this is just one example of a 2 versus 2 game, which is really a fun way to play it. I think having that option to play on a team is one of the unique features of the game, and you can play at the same time. So basically, if I go into the game at the same time as my teammate, we could have moved the units at the same time. All friendly units is possible to move at the same time. I can also play together with a friend against the AI, which is also a very cool feature. And we can obviously play the most standard mode, which is the 1 versus 1. So here you can basically click on the find match. It will automatically match you with someone else that has said it's okay to be matched with. And I'm gonna meet Thomas the Wicked again, so he's open for challenges. So I can just start playing the game, and so it's a pretty good way to play multiplayer, I think, in a turn-based way, because if you're going to play real time, you have to sit down at the same time. When it's asynchronous, you can start games whenever it suits you, and the other guy can play his turn whenever it suits him. We have this Elo rating, so I can see I'm on 3rd place. That's not good, but anyways, there's a lot of players already testing this, and we're having a very good time. We are also going to expand this multiplayer mode into a season version, which is a kind of a league-based system, which is what we're working at right now. Really excited about that as well. So yeah, this is very basic about the game. I hope you get at least some impression about how it works, and that we can tell you guys a lot more later on if you think this looks interesting enough. So thank you for your time, and hopefully talk to you guys later. Bye.